9 of Three Rivers Pantry Challenge. Last couple of days, technically week 5. January is a weird month. And it is early on this 29th day. But I need to make hamburger buns for our supper tonight because we are having grilled hamburgers. And I'm making sourdough hamburger buns. And the dough has to sit pretty much all day. So I got to start this as early as I can, which is why I sound like I do, because I said it is early. You can see it's still dark out. So I have my sourdough starter that was fed about 12 hours ago, and he's very happy and bubbly. I also have this one that is supposed to be my discard, but he is not as bubbly, but he's still bubbling. I might need a little bit of him so I don't completely deplete my starter for this recipe. So let's get to it. So for this recipe, you're going to need 1 egg, a cup of warm milk. I just warmed it up in the microwave for about 30 seconds. A teaspoon of yeast, some salt, your 1/3 cup of starter. And right now we're going to start with 300 grams of flour. Altogether for this recipe you need, I think it's 430 rather. So we're using 300 right now. We're going to need another 130 in a little bit. So in my mixer with my paddle attachment, I'm going to add the egg, my starter, milk, yeast. I forgot, you also need 2 tablespoons of sugar. Two tablespoons, yep. So 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of sugar in the flour. And now we let it sit for a ½ hour with some plastic wrap over the bowl to rest, and then we come back and add the rest of the flour, and I think the salt, and I think butter. Yep. So it doesn't look like much now, but I promise you it will look more like a dough soon. 3 minutes is done. We now have our dough hook on, and we're going to start gradually adding the rest of the ingredients. So this is the rest of the flour with the teaspoon of salt, and I have 3 tablespoons of softened butter, and we're just going to add them gradually. And 7 to 8 minutes we're going to need this. So we're going to do a little bit of flour. All right, it's been 7 minutes, and it's going to be very sticky, and that's what we want. So I have some flour on my counter here. I'm going to try and pour it onto here. Try and get it into a dough bowl. You're going to clean this bowl, grease it, and then we're going to cover and let this go till it doubles, probably about 2 to 3 hours. So the recipe says in 3 hours the dough should be doubled in size. Hasn't even been 2. So I'd say I have a pretty good sourdough starter going. All right, so now that that's been sitting and it's definitely doubled, I'm not going to let it rise any longer. So we've got some flour on here again. Oh, wow, that dough feels nice. We're going to... So we want 8 equal portions, about 100 grams each. And yes, I am going to weigh them to make sure I have 100 grams. Let's see how much this weighs. Too much. Perfect. Okay. And we're gonna fold them over. And there we go. So there's one. We're gonna make 8 more of these and put them on a parchment lined cookie sheet. Cover them again and let them go until double. They're saying an hour and 15 minutes. What do you think it's gonna take? I think it's gonna take a lot less than an hour and 15. So 7 more to do. Doubled. Honestly, it's been a little longer than an hour. I've been busy. So, oh, they look beautiful. So right here, I just have 1 egg with a tablespoon of water, and we're just going to brush the tops of them. This is when you would put sesame seeds on top, where I don't have any, and honestly, David's not a fan of sesame seeds, so he'd prefer I not put them on anyway. So I'm just waiting. I have muffins in the oven. They're coming out in about 4 minutes. These are going in at 350 degrees, and I think it's 12 to 15 minutes. I will double check. Oh, these are going to be so good for supper tonight. All right. 375 for 20 to 22 minutes. So I did mine for 18 minutes. I can't wait for supper tonight. But this month is taking forever to go. Thank gosh, tomorrow's the last day of the year. But of course, it's a busy one because there's appointments and final exams for my son and all that good thing. Tonight we are doing whole chicken. And of course, I forgot to take it out last night. That's where the old handy dandy Instapot comes in. And on my live last week, one of the people in the chat wanted to know if I've ever done a video on the Instapot. I've never done a specific video, but I just thought I'd show you how we make, how I do my chicken in the Instapot. I love this thing. This one's 5 years old. It's one of the first ones. When I was working over 40 hours a week at a job, it was really handy. You know, because I'd have to come home and cook supper too, usually. So I still use it a lot, even though I don't work outside the home anymore. It's wonderful. It also can be used as a slow cooker, and a rice cooker, and a yogurt maker, and all those good things, which I have not used it for a yogurt maker. And I went and bought a yogurt maker specifically. I got one used, so I'm going to try that this week, making yogurt. But anyway, I'm going to make a confession. David's on his way home from work. We have had a very rough couple of weeks here. I'm not going to go into it too much, but I'm mentally exhausted and also physically exhausted. And he is stopping on his way home, and he is going to grab some scalloped potatoes that I can throw into the oven. I thought we had some left in the freezer. We don't. I'm not in the mood for mashed potatoes. Nobody is, actually. And I think we just have to cut ourselves some grace. You know, things have been rough. Yes, technically we still have today and tomorrow for the pantry challenge. But I did not even spend my $25 budget last week on dairy. So I'm counting this as a win still. And I just wanted to be honest because, you know, I said I wasn't going to do that. And I am doing it. You know what they say, man plans, God laughs. So anyway, I took out 2 chickens. I can't put them both in. I wish I could. I'd cook them both at the same time. But once this one's cooked and taken out, I'm going to put the second one in. The second one is for actually, well, tomorrow's supper. Are we seriously? I am so off my days. I guess we're going to have taco soup tomorrow with chicken in it. Wow. We're having taco soup. We're going to have chicken again tomorrow. Oh, well, because I already took them both all out, and I'm in the mood for taco soup. So, did I mention it's been a long couple of weeks? Okay. So, these have been out since this morning. Thawing out a bit. They're still very much frozen. They're not any even, they might be a tiny bit thawed. Maybe. And I'm just going to take it out. And usually there's like this little, yeah, you want to take that thing off. Okay, right in there it goes. I don't think I can fit the second one. I'm going to look, hold on. Nope, the second one doesn't fit. So we're just going to set this one aside while this does its thing. Normally I would put chicken broth. I'm not even going to do that tonight. I'm just going to do a pint of water, some salt. I had to wash my hands because I touched the chicken. Okay, good heaping salt. That's the oven for the potatoes that are coming. And I'm going to heat up some carrots too, I think. Put this on. Okay. So you can see this. We are going to go to poultry. And, no, 40. Sorry, so poultry, it automatically goes to normal pressure. We wait a second. Make sure our thing's turned. There. And that will be done in 40 minutes. And then, like I said, it's still pretty frozen. If it's not frozen, it only usually takes roughly 20 minutes. Now, if you like a crispy skin, this is not the way to cook chicken for you because it will not have a crispy skin. We actually don't eat the skin, so no big deal to us. And that's it. Like very simple tonight. And I know the family will be happy because I've been doing a lot of sourdough stuff. A lot of sourdough stuff. Matter of fact, This is one of the reasons I'm so tired today. I made bagels, sourdough bagels today. First time ever. I kind of got the hang of it after the first 4 kind of went a little wonky, but I made it eventually. The other 4 turned out, so wasn't as hard as I thought. I'm really curious. We're really going to try. We'll see how they turned out. I'm really excited to try them. So, oh man, I still have things on my list I haven't gotten to, and tomorrow's the last day of January. There's just not enough hours in the day. Okay, so that's going. David's bringing home the scalloped potatoes, and I'm going to get some carrots out of my pantry. And that's it. And for dessert tonight, I made double chocolate sourdough muffins yesterday. My goodness, best ones I've made yet. They turned out fabulous. We have that. We also have a lot of apple butter left. I might even make some Jell-O. I noticed looking through the pantry to see what we still had stocked up in there. We've got a lot of Jell-O that I need. I had bought it for something else and didn't use it. So, yeah, while I'm talking to you, let's just get it out of here. Let me see. What do we got? Yeah, if you hear the noise, that's my dehydrator going. What do we got here? Ooh, raspberry. This one doesn't have the stevia, I'm pretty sure. Not a fan of stevia. Ingredients. Urethol, perfect. No stevia. So I might actually make us up tonight, just for something different. I can't remember the last time we had Jell-O. It's been a long time. I was probably pregnant with Grace because it was one of the few things I could eat, and I was pregnant with her because I was so sick. So we might have this for dessert tonight. So it beeped about 5 minutes ago. I just let it do its own thing to release the steam. And yeah, just let it do its own thing. So we have another 16 minutes. We do have the potatoes all heated up. I'm actually going to put them back in the oven just to keep them warm. And I'm going to heat up some carrots, and we will be good to go for supper tonight. Taco soup tonight. It's very early in the morning. As you can see, it's still very dark out. So we have homemade chicken broth, homemade, so to speak, taco seasoning, home canned corn, a can of organic diced tomatoes, and black beans, and a whole lot of chicken. And in the Instapot, I have, this is the broth from last night that was made from the 2 chickens I cooked. So I'm going to keep that as more flavoring. And all this is going to go in here. Okay, so the only thing I didn't drain was the can of tomatoes. I put them in with their juices too. I did end up putting all that chicken in. I wasn't going to, but I'm going to add just a little bit of water, and I put about 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning in there. I will taste it in a couple hours, and if it needs more, I'll add more, but I think we're good. Oh, and I need to add some salt. All right. There's supper for this last day of the Three Rivers Pantry Challenge. I forgot to mention I'm using this as a slow cooker today. Before we have supper tonight, I just thought I'd do a quick recap of everything. Sorry, my hair's in my face. I was just outside with the animals. I thought I'd do a quick recap of everything, for the most part, we've gone through. I've tried to keep track of it. I know I'm going to forget some things. I even went back and watched my videos, and I still couldn't remember everything. But it's pretty amazing. If I'm right, we went through 12 pounds of ground beef this month. And that's a lot. That's definitely something we always need to have a lot of. We went through 3 or 4 packages of bacon. I feel like it's 4. I've got 3 written down, but I think we went through 4 because I actually think we had breakfast for breakfast one day this month on a Saturday. I've gone through 6 jars, I think it is, of corn and 2 jars of tomato juice. I still have quite a bit left. I don't know what we'll have left come summer because it's definitely getting lower. And so more corn is something going forward that I am going to can more of this year. 8 packs of bell peppers out of my freezer. At least 8. It might even be more, but at least 8. We've had 2 beef roasts come out of the freezer. One was a prime rib. One was chuck, I think, the one that was a disaster. 6 cans of beans are out of the stockpile. 3 cans of tomato sauce, at least. I think it might be more, but at least 3 cans. Many packs of cheese out of the freezer. Many packs. 4 or 5, I'm not sure, quite a few. My last jar of canned pork, 2 bags of frozen blueberries, and we still have a lot to get through. I shouldn't say bags. I froze them in containers this year, so 2 containers of frozen blueberries. 2 jars of, big jars, too, quart jars of the blueberry pie filling. At least 8 chicken breasts. It might be 10. 2 whole chickens. And I'm trying to think. There's more jars I've gone through too. Oh, many jars of green beans. Definitely going to be I'm planning on canning many more of them this year. One thing I know I need more of. We've gone through so much basil just this month, and I know we use it a lot. And I thought it looked like I harvested a ton of it, and dehydrated and dried a ton of it. But it turns out I didn't do enough. I am probably going to have to buy basil, which really stinks because it's just not the same. I know I need to definitely, I have one big oregano plant. I'm also planning on planting another one this year. It always seemed like we had so much. But again, that is something else. I had actually took some out of our stockpile that I've had for a while, the big bottle of it. And what a difference in color compared to mine, compared to theirs. So, yeah, definitely moving forward, we're going to plant more oregano this year. More oregano. I'm going to plant more basil, even though I had so much basil last year. I mean, I had basil growing everywhere. But I also had some that died. Definitely going forward, we'll grow more basil. And I think I might even bring a couple basil plants into the house come fall. We'll see. I went through another big jar of, I think 2 jars of apple pie filling. We've gone through a couple of jars of applesauce, 1 jar of apple butter. I know going forward this year, I don't know if I'm going to do as much fruit canning. I'm definitely going to do more pears. Gracie's completely out of all those pears I canned, and I knew it wasn't enough when I canned them. But I'm going to triple it at least for this coming year, I think. But yeah, we have a lot. Well, let's show you. And it's laundry day today, and to save money with our electricity bill, I hang a lot of my laundry. So you're going to see laundry everywhere. So, Alexa, store light on. So, it's a little messy because we've been using it a lot, and don't mind these. These are going to go out of here. We've only touched, I think, like 1 jar of that lemon pie or lemon curd that I canned up for David right here. So, yeah, going forward, we need to do something with all that. But these are whole blueberries, which I have not done anything with because I still have some frozen. I think I'm going to make some blueberry muffins with these and see if we like them this way or frozen. I think I would still freeze some for smoothies, but I think we're going to be doing more of it this way if we like them. I haven't tried them yet. This is lots of jelly still. Now, granted, we've got a lot of weeks to go before I'll be making more. But we always seem to go for the blueberry jelly. Always go for the blueberry. So I think, is this controversial? I think I'm only going to make blueberry jelly next year. Because it seems to be our favorite. And down here, sauces, blueberry sauce, apple sauce, pear butter, pear sauce, rhubarb butter, which we have not even gone through any. I still have rhubarb in my freezer, actually. That's another thing I want to get to. So as you can see, lots of empty jars. Now, some of these I did buy. The ones I bought are over here. So we've emptied. Those are the ones I bought. So the ones we've used. Sorry, I got a lot of laundry in my way. I should have thought of this before I started the video. These are jars we've emptied this month. And there's more up top here. And then up here, this is all apples still to go through. Apple butters, apple sauces. As you can see, this was pretty full of corn at the start of January, so we've gone through quite a bit of that. I have one thing of potatoes left, jarred, canned. I need to get more of that. These are salsas. Oh, I forgot I've gone through, I think, 3 jars of salsa. My beans are getting so low. There's not a lot of beans left over here. These are blueberry pie filling, so we need to, I must have run out of room over there. So we're going to have to put it over. Look how much I still have. I have a lot of carrots still, but this is one of the vegetables we eat a lot of. So, and there's more empty jars. And look at my lettuce. Can you all see my lettuce? Let me turn off this for a minute. Look at that. Might actually be harvesting some at the end of February. Definitely gone through a lot of tomato juice. And what a surprise this has been. This has flavored so many soups and stews this month that I am definitely canning up all my tomato juice, that I take out when I'm canning my tomato sauce. Amazing. Oh, and I did can. We finally tried a jar of the cranberry juice that I canned back in the summer. Very, 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 very sour. My husband's like, look, I know we're trying to be healthier, but like it was very, very sour. I was pretty sure the cranberry juice we buy had no, it has no sugar in it, but I'm thinking they might add like a grape or apple juice to it to help sweeten it. So I'm going to try that going forward. And I've got lots of cranberries still to get through. That's all tomato sauce, which by the time tomato season comes around, we'll have gone through all that. So we are low on a few things. Tomorrow is the 1st of February, and we are going to be doing a stock up a bit for a couple of reasons. One, we're low on things. I'm still going to do the pantry challenge. I'm still going to make sure I take things from my pantry, my freezers, my stockpile kind of thing to make meals before I pick other recipes that I might need, except for Valentine's Day. I'm doing a bit of a surprise for David. And for the most part, I'm going to be able to use most of the things in the pantry, but there's a couple things I will need that we don't have. But, as I was saying, we are going to Costco and stocking up now because David goes part-time. As of today, this is his last day full-time for 2 months. And we actually go without a whole paycheck. The month of February, because when he has that crossover from full-time to part-time, we have a whole month that they have to play catch-up. So his paycheck won't be until mid-March. It will be a bigger one, but we won't have one. We will have his pension. David does have a military pension, but that does not come in until the very last day of February. So basically, we have no paycheck in February. I've planned ahead and I have saved everything we need for the essentials. But I didn't save a lot for extras. And I did that on purpose because we don't need a lot. And I want us to use up what we have. But there are some things we're going to stock up on, some things that are on sale, some things we're low on, definitely like toilet paper. There's some things on sale at Costco that started yesterday that I want to get. And I'm hoping to find a good amount of lemons because I want to dehydrate some going forward. I have lots of lemon juice. I don't know if I'm going to make any into lemon juice. I literally think I'm going to dehydrate all the lemons that I get this year because we didn't go through a lot of it. And oh, if you all could see all the pumpkin and pumpkin butter still in my freezer that I have to go through, I might not be doing any of that this year either because we have so much of it. I'm going to grow pumpkins, but I don't know if I'm going to do anything with them other than use them as decorations. We will see. So I just thought I'd give you an update of what we've gone through this month. We're still fortunate that we still have lots. Sorry, the puppy's driving me crazy. We still have lots of to go through. in the freezer, so we're lucky there. I don't have any meat on our grocery list to get for this coming month. There is plenty of meat in our freezers to feed all of us for the next month, so I have to worry about it. I'm telling you, it's like having a toddler again. So we are looking forward to that taco soup tonight. It's been smelling. I tasted it. It's perfect. I haven't added any more seasoning. The 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning this morning was perfect, plus the salt. Okay, that's it. I can't take it anymore. So I will be back to show you that. And this will be wrapping up the last week. Like I said, we're still doing the pantry challenge next month, but I am not going to film every night for you. A lot of it's going to be repetitive. I am still trying to stick to my 1 new recipe a week. So, which I haven't done this week. So we will see going forward what the recipe I pick for is this week. And here's supper, all scooped up. I put a little bit of cheddar cheese that we've had shredded since I think last week. It's still in the bag that we're working through. So lots of chicken. Can't wait to try it. Well, friends, that ends the last day for January anyway of Three Rivers Challenge. Pantry challenge, because like I said, I won't be filming my meals every single day next month, but I will definitely keep you up to date on how we're doing through our pantry all next month. And yeah, I'm excited to try some new recipes going into the next month. So then, till then, folks, take care. God bless. Stay warm, and we'll see you all soon.